Kia ora! I'm Johnny, and I just want to take this moment to publicly apologise for jumping into so many fan theories and looking too far into tiny details, but yeah, nah, where my mutants at?
Hello, Kōrero.
This is the show where we talk all things hero. Hero Kōrero, that's what it means. Don't get me wrong, I love that WandaVision got the ending that it did, but we were kind of just left hanging. Or were we? Let's just get right to it, okay? None of what I said happened. Wanda, you light up my world like nobody else. You will create mutants that come to Disney Plus. None of what anyone said happened. Where are you? And that's the danger we play with by theorizing and getting excited about things. How dare us? But that's what half the fun is with Marvel. The excitement, the hype, the twists and turns. We just gotta unlearn our English class habits and stop looking into every detail. Nobody's gonna f you for noticing an ancient demon symbol from a comic book. Trust me. That multiverse basement could be
I'm sorry, but we have to go.
Okay.
We're sorry.
We set ourselves up for failure thinking we were gonna get way more than we did. And that's not the director's fault, the writer's fault, or Elizabeth Olsen's fault for saying there's going to be a big Luke Skywalker-esque cameo. Might be Captain Feige's fault though, because he would have known and he would have sat back in his throne rubbing his universe-building hands.
Don't tell him what you want. He's a liar. Let the kid talk.
Yeah, it's our own fault. But can I stand here and honestly say that I was expecting more at the end of it? You know, like a small cameo from Doctor Strange? Yes I was. But does that mean that what we just saw meant nothing? No, it does not. So let's brush off the theories. Burn them. Let's forgive ourselves for getting excited. And let's dive right into what we got. It was a happy ending. No, it was actually quite sad. Turns out, no big bad, but Wanda has been torturing a bunch of people and had to say goodbye to the thing she loves again.
Now do you see?
It was Agatha and Wanda both being villains, Swordman Skrull Hayward and the White Vision, kinda. Remember when I said that anxiety and trauma could be a big enough bad guy? Even though the feeling of fear itself is enough to be a villain? Yeah, well, turns out it's good enough for WandaVision. As much fun as it was coming up with theories, I was kind of on to something about Mephisto being too much for Disney. We like to forget that Disney owns Marvel. They're not gonna dive too deep into hell when f***ing Snow Buddies is being advertised next to it. So I'm not all wrong. I understood why they wouldn't make those types of choices from a business perspective. That's boring. The way WandaVision has been going up until this point, it was like they were foreshadowing so much, and even in this finale, Wanda was so close to having a moment where a big boom. It would have been the moment that sets up the rest of the mutant shows, movies, whatever. Doesn't happen though. But we did finally get a deserving close to these chapters. The Vision had a great character arc, being able to do the whole double vision thing, and he had a philosophy battle better than the actual fight.
I request elaboration.
And then Vision had that moment in the end where they said goodbye while rubbing his puku. And actually, Jesus Louises, let's get real for a moment. Even after seeing Vision die so many times, this one takes the cake.
So long, darling.
I cried. I didn't cry. I cried. Look, I may have jerked off my eye alright, but it's okay to feel feelings for a show about feeling your feelings. I don't have kids though, so sorry Billy and Willie, my condolences. And don't forget what we actually got to see in that episode at the start. Wanda got to unleash her chaos magic against another witch. We saw Wanda play with Agatha's we saw Wanda play with Agatha's mind.
It's tickle time!
and then Wanda gets countered by another witch spell thing, and all the dead witches from Agatha's nightmare turned on Wanda.
You can't win, Wanda.
And I don't know, this whole witch stuff is still confusing. They were flying around doing key blasts and showing what the budget is used for on these things, which in this case, a lot of VFX. A lot.
I know that.
There were some pretty noticeable moments, but to make those scenes
Crisp and clean, no caffeine.
they would have had to spend another 6 months on it, which means more delays, more of Mickey Mouse's money, and more time for talent to slip up with spoilers that don't exist. That ain't worth it. Are 2 flying robots shooting beams out of their foreheads supposed to look real? None of this is real.
No, you're lying. You're lying. What makes you lie?
Suspend your disbelief for a gosh dang second. The battles that we're all having, awesome. The mind games that are all playing with each other, mixed with some undiscovered power, ooh, it was awesome. And we got an explanation of what the Darkhold is. This book is naughty, for adults only. Don't look, there are tentacles, titties, and magic. It's a naughty book that teaches naughty spells made from naughty magic and a weird black and white naked Cthulhu. Cthulhu? In the final post-credits scene, we see Wanda acting all calm and drinking her morning brown.
Morning brown, morning brown.
But in the other room, she's reading the naughty book in her Scarlet Witch gear. Although she's very interested in Cthulhu's titties, she can hear her kids going, "Mommy!" Total buzzkill. So I guess she has to figure out a way to bring them in this world again, so she can
Cuddle them.
She's reading the Darkhold to figure out a way to bring her kids back. Basically, this still ties into Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Maybe she's looking at some multiverse spells to bring those little shits back. We got setups, but the payoff, later on. Way later on. They told us as little as possible this far into it, so they're not digging themselves into any storytelling hole.
Oh, help.
Regardless of what story comes next, they can plan, they can adapt to what's best at the time. We spilled our load too quickly. The majority of future MCU projects are still a while out. They've got plot points to hit to link it up later. So, Wanda reading the naughty book and finding her kids is one. Agatha still being around is another. Wanda knows where to find her if she needs some questions answered. Maybe I could hang around Agatha, learn something too. I don't know, I'm just putting it out there.
They take power from the undeserving.
I wouldn't mind taking power from people who don't deserve it and inherit their wealth. Wanda, she'll probably need information about what she unleashed though.
You have no idea what you've unleashed.
Monica Rambeau gets a job interview with the Skrull. Probably a setup for Captain Marvel 2 or Secret Invasion. Not much to say about this. Skrull is weird. Plot point 4! Most importantly, they had to give Wanda and Vision some closure. The show's called WandaVision.
Whoa!
Even though the Vision ended up being everyone's favourite robot daddy, he died again.
So long, darling.
Sure, his other deaths was sad, but this one was a real goodbye they never had. Yay! It's a real Disney moment. It's what they needed. They can't just have Wanda being crazy and confused the whole time. Now that she isn't living a lie, she can learn the ways of her chaos magic and just be crazy. Making sure she had closure with Vision and giving him an answer to what his existence means was essential for the both of them to direct Wanda's attention to something new. Meaning, she could be using her naughty book of spells in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. They're not going to leave an unresolved character unresolved at the end of her own show and then tie it up in a movie? No, it's not how it works. The Wanda we see in Doctor Strange will be a new Wanda that has new plans and that will be resolved in the movie. Or she could be this next phase's villain that does eventually set up the mutants and have a bigger story arc. If she is the villain for the next phase, starting from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, they've already They've already foreshadowed Wanda using fear as a weapon, as Multiverse of Madness is Marvel's first scary movie. She's beginning to learn more about chaos magic. Foreshadowing. WandaVision was a great experience to watch. It's a roller coaster that takes you up to the highest point, then drops your soul out of your chest. Characters that were severely underutilized in the MCU. They got explanations and the development they needed and told their story in a creatively different way that we haven't seen before from the MCU. The cast did a fantastic job portraying the characters, especially Sonny Bill Williams in his debut acting role as Billy and Willie. Touches on grief much more than what Marvel tends to do in their previous lineup, which is great. Which is great because Marvel, being the most accessible franchise right now, it's easy to phone it in and blame everything on a big bad evil villain. What WandaVision does is let people into a very basic understanding of what grief can do to a person. Let's see how the Falcon and Winter Soldier fare up against it. I give WandaVision a yeah, it's good, you should watch it. Thank you for watching. So what does this mean for Hero if WandaVision is done? Do you have to wait till the Falcon and the Winter Soldier? You think I'm limited to what comes out? Boo! Where there's a hero, I'll be making judgments like J. Jonah Jameson. They'll call us J. Johnny Jameson. Hey Spider-Man, fuck you! Do us a solid with a sub and catch us with a new video every week. I'm Johnny, and that's Jay on the camera. Matewa. See you later. Super.